We have Princeton in lane 2, Georgetown in lane 3. No pen entry in this event. And the Princeton 4 is pulling ahead. 2 seats now, 250 meters down. Princeton 3 seats up. Stroke seat Spencer Strobel on the bow seat of Georgetown. Strong move from Princeton, another seat. Cox and Jim Lee urging his crew ahead. Jim, fresh off a weekend of double racing, he raced in Princeton against Cornell, made the trip down to Camden for the Connect Cup with the lightweight women. And the experience for Jim obviously paying off. His crew 3/4 of a length over Georgetown. Princeton looking in strong command of this race, 500 meters in. Princeton rowing well, not quite pulling away from Georgetown yet though. Georgetown's gonna stay in it. Princeton at 33.5, 34. Georgetown sitting down at 31. So Princeton's doing it with a little more cadence. Georgetown's pushing up, 32. But Princeton walking away just a touch. Length up over Georgetown. See if Princeton can't take control of this, 750 meters in. I'd like to see the Tigers take a good, strong move here on their home course. Start to push away in the first 1,000. Well rowed for both crews, but Princeton seems to be your little bit quicker leader. For a little bit tougher, less stable boat to row. As you can tell, a little more hitting with the blades on the recovery. Not quite as clean as that first varsity race we just watched. But Princeton getting the job done. Length over Georgetown. Georgetown sticking in it. You can see they're taking a little bit of a push here. Foot back into Princeton. We'll see who's going to take a move at the 1,000-meter mark, at the halfway mark. Georgetown a few feet back into Princeton. Can Princeton answer and finally pull away? You can hear Georgetown's taking their move. 3 strokes into their move. Not gaining a lot, but slowly eking back in. You hear Princeton's on the move as well. Margins staying pretty similar, at least 3/4 of a length. Almost a full length for Princeton over Georgetown. And Princeton on the move still. Still pushing ahead, but not getting much traction over Georgetown. Some tough strokes on the starboard side for Georgetown. That cost them 2 seats. Open water now for Princeton. A little bit of a digger there at the finish for the Georgetown boat. See if Princeton can capitalize. Indeed they do. 1/3 of a length of open water. A little bit of a lucky stroke there for Princeton. Taking advantage of Georgetown's bobble. 750 meters to go. And Princeton's gonna hold half a length of open water. Pushing away here for Princeton. Georgetown's recovered really well, but that bobble cost them quite a few seats, so. We go 600 meters to go. Gonna take a big push from the Hoyas now. Still, Georgetown's recovered again. They're holding 1/3 of a length of open water down on Princeton, but not quite going to be able to squeeze back in, I think. Princeton's looking strong, in control. 500 meters to go. We'll see what Georgetown's got. See who's got a little bit better finishing sequence. We've seen some pretty good last few hundred meters from some Princeton and Georgetown crews. That 1V race, Georgetown really going strong at the end. But Princeton half a length of open water. Princeton 350 meters to go, looking strong. Looks like they've got a comfortable margin. I don't think Georgetown's going to come back in on this one. They're going to have to go, but it's going to be a little bit too late. Princeton still pushing. Georgetown's going with the cadence. 250 to go for Princeton. Georgetown walking back in. Is it going to be enough though? They're closing the gap. Georgetown really going for it now. 2 feet of open water down. Almost there. Georgetown closed water. Princeton's going to have to go. Georgetown coming strong in this varsity 4 race. 3/4 of a length down. Georgetown making this a great finishing sequence. Bob ball on stroke seat. Princeton's got to go. They got to keep that lead. Is Georgetown going to run out of room? Princeton might have gotten just a big enough margin, but Georgetown, really strong push for them in this last bit. Closed up for a great race for the Hoyas. Princeton's going to take it, but Georgetown hot on their heels here. Great racing for both crews. Princeton winning the varsity 4,